Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in the European Sprint Car Challenge in the Cadillac GTP. Let's get into it. We're starting the race today in position 9. The strength of the field today is a 2030. We're going to start this race with a rating of a 1205. We are in the European Sprint Car Challenge. This is a limited series. It is an hour-long race. There is an A racing requirement for entry. Looks like one car off already. Oh no, a couple more up ahead. Yellow Cadillac moving really slow. BMW is moving slow ahead too, creating some traffic. They are going to get in front of the yellow Cadillac ahead of us. Maintaining their position. Looks like we might be up to 6th or 7th. This is an hour-long race, so there will be one mandatory pit stop. Yellow Cadillac ahead going wide in Parabolica. Looks like first place was taking a defensive move in turn 1. We might have a run on this Cadillac. We'll see if we make a move here in turn 1. Looks like we're in 8th. At the moment, yellow Cadillac behind, almost making a move. Looks like we didn't have a run. Coming out of the chicane a little slow. Gap opened up slightly to the car ahead. Now getting a little pressure from behind. See the cars in front battling. Yellow Cadillac behind us flashing the lights, but we had a better run into this straight. We might have a better run than both these Cadillacs ahead of us. Not enough to make a move. Cars in front are still battling. BMW going way wide out there. Not sure if they hit the wall. Looks like they're just regaining control, getting back on track. Blue Cadillac getting in our way. The yellow car is going to pull underneath us. We're going to see if we've actually got a run on the car ahead or not. Quite close. We're going to go side by side into turn 1 maybe. Nope, the one car pulled off. Slowed down, gave us the room. Looks like we lost a position down to 9th at the moment. A long train of Cadillacs currently, many yellows and a blue. The blue going wide there. We're going to get that place. Should be up to 8th now. Yellow Cadillacs in front and behind. Oh, yeah, another yellow Cadillac going off track. That'll be another place. We're up to 7th at the moment. Just trying to race nice and clean right now and avoid some of these other cars with issues going off track. Cars battling ahead, and we're going to take that position it into Parabolica. Still battling hard in front of us. We are in 7th. Started the race in 9th. Currently in a 4-car battle here. Pretty close to the cars in front and behind all of these Cadillacs. Pretty much the only thing distinguishing them is they've got this default paint scheme, is the number on their vehicles, which is hard to see sometimes. So we're trying to chase down a yellow Cadillac, the 18. We're being chased by the yellow Cadillac, the 17. See him going a little wide. We're going to close that gap up a little bit. You can see the blue Cadillac that went off track just in the background there now. I lost quite a bit of time. Maybe we've got a run here. No. I'll have to pull that back in to the S's. Looks like we're trying to make the pass and defend at the same time. We don't really want to mess that up too much and allow the car ahead in front, and then we've lost both positions. Looking to stay in the draft here. They're trying to get us out of it. Maybe we can make a move into turn 1. I don't think we will. Okay, exit out of the chicane. You can see some of the other Cadillacs behind and LMP2's just behind them. The battling here slowed us down, I think, just enough to allow those LMP2s to keep up a little bit. This is an hour-long race. The gap to the car ahead is less than a second. The gap to the car behind is less than a second. We're looking to try and make a move on 6th place. Looks like one of the cars has gone off into the dirt. We'll see if we get that pass or not. They might have made it out of the dirt there in time. I don't think we are in 6th yet. Still nose to tail here. Looks like the yellow Cadillac might be trying to make a move. We went to defend slightly. Staying on the normal braking line allowed us to stop faster than them. We'll keep that position for now. I think we're still in 7th. Just over 9 minutes into the race now. Really tight group of cars here. We're looking to try and get by 6th place. While also holding off 8th. Slow car up ahead. Not sure what that is about. Maybe they're not slow. They just look like it going down here. But we are touching yellow Cadillac just ahead right now. We possibly made some mistakes. Let's see if we can't catch and get by. Looks like we're starting to catch the GT3s now in the next lap or two. We're going to make a move on the Cadillac in front of us. Braking hard into turn 1. Looks like we're going to pull it off. We've got the position in 6th place. Hopefully the two yellow Cadillacs behind will pressure each other for a bit and passing the GT3 car. The battle behind might allow us to open up the gap and start to catch the car in front. GT3 is going a little wide there in the gravel. It looks like their battle might be allowing us to get away a little bit. We're going to catch the yellow Cadillac just in front of us in 4th or 5th place. We're currently in 6th. Got a little bit of a gap now between us and the car behind. Two yellow Cadillacs should be battling it for a little bit here. Hopefully we can concentrate on our racing line and start to get away. Just a little over of a second gap to the car ahead. We're not really completely getting away from these yellow Cadillacs yet, but we're working on it. Looks like a yellow Cadillac behind might have an issue there. A little bit of dust kicked up. Starting to catch a Ferrari right after this yellow Cadillac in front. Maybe they'll get slowed up by traffic. We could close that gap quickly. We got a decent exit out of that corner. I don't think we needed to really defend here. We're probably not going to catch him past the Ferrari through the S's yet. We're going to compromise our line a little bit. We'll have to take this defensively. Looks like we're barely in front of them still. Yellow Cadillac putting on even more pressure. Catching another GT3 car, seeing some smoke up ahead. Ooh, there's another yellow Cadillac. Are we gonna have a run on them? Looks like it. We are on the inside of them, catching the GT3 car quick. Well, there's not a lot of room. They're gonna pressure us hard. Oh, we locked it up slightly. Might be a little touch. Looks like we may have kept it clean. Right on their tail now. There is no more gap between us and the car ahead. This is for the battle for 5th. Finally getting around that Corvette. Looks like they may be slightly slowed by this. Maybe we will be. Take this portion on the inside line. Locking up the yellow Cadillac behind a little bit. Pressure's now back on me, mostly through this sprint. Hitting the curbs pretty hard, but we came out okay through there. Not too far behind the 11 Cadillac just in front of us. just about 15 minutes into the race. It is an hour-long race. And that would mean pit windows probably opening in the next 5 minutes. It is not working already. Currently in 6th, looking to chase down 5th. We had closed the gap significantly with the traffic. Maybe a little more difficult here. We did get in front of GT3 before it became. That'll give us a little bit of a gap to the car behind. Perhaps we can focus on the car ahead 100% here and start to catch and close that gap up. Getting an okay exit here, but there's a lot of cars in the way. They're going 3 wide. We're going to be part of it out in the grass. Oh no. We may have lost a spot. Maybe 2. Looking to defend here. 3 wide battle with the GT3s. Messed us up a little bit. Have to get by there. Looks like we have one position to get back here at the moment. Currently in 7th, we did defend against both yellow Cadillacs. Now we're back in between these 2 yellow Cadillacs again. That got really hairy there. Trying to go 3 wide, was forced out into the grass. We lost 1 position. Looking to get that back. The car behind is fairly far back now. We get to focus on the car in front, the number 18. Looking to catch and get by soon. The Corvette might slow them down slightly here. Maybe not. Go ahead and okay exit. Should be able to get by the GT3 before the S's, staying on the tail of this yellow Cadillac. Okay, not much of a gap to the car in front now. Currently in 7th, battling 6th. Looks like we might be catching some LMP2 traffic. We're trying to stay out of the way. Well, we started the race in 9th, currently in 7th, and we're up in 6th for a little while. Gap to the car behind starting to open up a little bit more. They're in a battle back there. We have LMP2s in the way through these S's. We're starting to catch a GT3 car again. Could be either leaders or somebody really behind me. It's hard to tell. Gotta see the back window or something. Really putting on the pressure on this yellow Cadillac in front of us. We probably have a little bit of pace on them. I'm pretty sure we went by earlier. One of the only mistakes we had so far in the race was the GT3 cars kind of pushing us off track a little bit with their 3 wide battle. into that long straight. We were trying to get by to keep up with the car in front. Fell down to 7th. We've been there for a few laps now. Putting the pressure on 6th though. Cars behind are starting to fall back a little bit more. It's possible we're starting to catch this yellow car in front. You can see 4th place popping on the screen here and there. They're not that far ahead, just a few seconds. Maybe the gap ahead is opening up just a little bit now. I'm wondering where and when we're gonna pit now. Pit window should be open. Pretty sure we can go about 40 minutes in this race on the one. Still less than a second gap to the car ahead. They did get a little bit more of a gap on us than it had been for quite a while. We're still putting the pressure on them. Hopefully we can stick to our racing line and what we know and do. Catch back up and really put the pressure on them and maybe get by again. See some tracks out in the dirt over there. Not sure who did that. We will need to pit for fuel once. We haven't done so yet. I hadn't figured out the master pit strategy by now, I believe, so we'll probably have 4 fresh tires. Which is better if I do that early than later. That way they were not really degrading that much by the end. So if we're going to take on tires, hopefully we pit early, maybe get up behind this car. Get some open air, maybe we can put some better lap times down. I'm not really sure what we're doing. 136.3. I was doing everything manually on my pit stops. I was trying to decide how much fuel I needed and how long I could go before pitting. I didn't really know when the pit window was open and closed that well. There's some things to help you do that. I'm not really here to promote anything in particular. Not unless if they want to sponsor the show. And for everyone else, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hopefully everything's still okay. Things sound a little different to me. Still putting the pressure on the yellow Cadillac in front. This is the battle for 6th. We've been behind them for a few laps. We're just looking for that slight slip up or an opportunity. We will take it. A little less than a second. In between. Starting to catch an LMP2 here into the S's. Maybe running into some traffic again will make things a little different. We're coming into the pits now. Not too bad. Right around near the halfway point. We are pitting a little bit early, which is good. Can see a couple of the other lead cars in front. Oh, we overshot our pit just slightly. Came back quickly though. Looks like we are getting new tires. You can see them going on and off. The rears. We should be full on fuel when we come out. We did pit in 7th. Alright, coming back on track. Looks like we're going to be just in front of an LMP2. Another one just ahead of us. You can see an LMP2 ahead as well as a GT3 ahead. We are going to need to get our tires up to temp before we can really push and go full speed again. It'll take 2 laps probably, the out lap and then one more. We should be up to temp by then. Just a little over halfway left in the race. It says we're currently 9th overall. We did take our pit stop, so we'll be looking for the other cars to do the same. You can see some cars behind, but those could be the leaders battling. Our pit stop might put us close to the front of the leader. Like across the line, it says we're in 10th currently. Catching some LMP2 cars just ahead. There are 3 classes in this race, and you're currently looking at all 3, just briefly there. There's the hypercars. The one we chose was the Cadillac. Let's see, it's the Cadillac V Series R GTP. Yeah, that's correct. Then there's the LMP2 Le Mans prototype, Devala P217. It's the only car in that class. Then we have a varied GT3 class. Mostly, those are the non-prototypes. Those are going to be the cars you can see and get on the street in race version sometimes, in the all version. LMP2 didn't really want to let us by there. We definitely had pace on them. Tenth overall in class. We did start the race in 9th. We went up to 6th and battling for 6th for a long time. BMW ahead, locking it up a little bit into the chicane. We have completed our pit stop. We should be fueled to the end and our tires should be good to the end. BMW went way off ahead, getting in the way, forcing us to go offline hard, quickly, flashing the lights. Also pulling to the side for the LMP2 car that's catching. That may or may not be for position. It most likely isn't. I don't think we're battling any cars for position here currently. Over halfway through the hour-long race. All classes will need to pit at least once for fuel. Not just our class. Looks like we might be back up to 9th. That could have been for position on the BMW. We also could have passed somebody in the pits. I wasn't watching that closely. It's hard to see. We did complete our pit stop and we might get, well, we should get some of those positions back when other cars finish their pit stops. Glad I pulled in a little bit early on this one because I know we're getting tires, which we did. Should be fueled to the end. I did a little bit before 30 minutes in case. Somewhere around 30 was what we needed overall. Could see a BMW and a yellow Cadillac behind. Not sure what place they're in yet. We did pass that BMW, possibly for position. I think this is the last race we're doing in this series for quite some time. We'll be back in IMSA next. And a new track, I believe, too. This is Monza. It is in Italy. Watching the cars battle behind a little bit there. Yellow Cadillac getting a little loose like we did. Held on to it though. We should have some pretty fresh tires, not too much of a worry if we lock it up a little here and there, or anything like that. Not as much as some of these other cars that are in double stint for the whole hour. Certain tracks that's really hard to do, and certain tracks it isn't. Sort of depends on the weather now as well. Trying to catch and pass this GT3 car. Could be seeing more cars going in and out of the pits now as well. So we'll have to watch out for that at coming turn 1 here. Nobody in the way this time. See the BMW hypercars slowly starting to catch us. Don't think that's for position. Not sure what position they're in yet. They probably need to do their pit stop still. It says we're currently in 9th in our class. We're locking up a little bit into the chicane. We have an okay exit though. Get around the GT3 cars. Trying to catch this LMP2 in the main straight. Not sure we're gonna, we're not gonna catch them before the S's yet. It'll probably be through this straight into Parabolica. Most likely we'll make the pass. Not sure what they're gonna do. We'll stay on the racing line. I think that BMW behind just pulled into the pits. Can't see them though. Maybe they had an error, an issue in Parabolica. Just off screen. We should have some clear track now for a little bit. Says we're currently in 9th. We're done with our pit stops though. LMP2 going a little bit wide there into the gravel. Nice clean track in front. Slowly, we're catching the GT3 car. It probably won't be till the main straight. Not seeing any competition yet in my class. You're looking for some cars to come out of the pits here, maybe. Could mean a pass soon. Pit window will probably be closing within the next 10 minutes. Saw some cars just ahead, but they've got a bit of a gap on us currently. The other thing we're hoping for is these clean laps with clean tires. Maybe that allows us to close the gap to some of those cars in front that might be double stinting. They most likely saved some time in the pits by not changing tires. Monza can be tough on tire pressures when the track gets hot, especially. You can start to see some of the cars just ahead. Looks like LMP2s and GT3s mostly. We're looking to see if we can see anybody in the pits currently coming through, coming across the line. Just over 40 minutes into the race. See a yellow Cadillac in front now. It's possible that was the yellow Cadillac we were battling with, but we took tires, so we're going to come out of the pits behind. LMP2 is not getting over. Looks like we made it just in time and through the S's. Tough spot to get around all of those cars that were bunched up. Catching another GT3 just ahead. Looks like the Ferrari behind is losing the lane. Not seeing the yellow Cadillac I saw in front not long ago. We should get around the GT3 before Parabolica here. Not going to pressure them on the track or anything. We're not battling them for position. We're going to catch these hypercars. I can now see the yellow Cadillac just coming into turn 1. Got a little bit of a gap to close, but about 18 minutes to do it, so how many laps we do will depend on where the leader is when the time runs out. Says we're currently in 9th. Pretty clean track it looks like in front and behind. Well, if anybody's gonna hold off as long as possible, pits should be happening soon. Window should be closing within the next couple of minutes, I would think. Looks like we could see somebody in the pits there. Not sure if they're class or not. 8th place currently. See some GT3 cars just ahead. With the strength of the field being a 20-30, there should be some pretty good opportunity today for some points. We do want that K. We're currently at 1.2K. Says 8th currently. Started the race in 9th. Catching some GT3 cars. Back of that Ford looks a little bit like a prototype, but it is not. We can start to see some more of the prototypes just ahead coming out of the pits. An incident. Some smoke, car off at turn 1. We're gonna come through that cleanly. Says we're currently in 8th. Saw some yellow Cadillacs having an issue in front possibly. A little less than 15 minutes remain in the race. Looks like we're starting to catch this traffic. Closing the gap with the cars in front. We can see 2 yellow Cadillacs now. We should have fresher tires. Plenty of time left in the race. We can close this gap and get that position. Lots of points up at the board right now. We can get a decent finish and get a pretty good boost coming out of this series in Monza. Slow yellow Cadillac behind. It looked like. Maybe they were just pulling off to the side in a weird way. Let's see what position we are in just a second. Up to 7th. Alrighty, looks like we got one of those back. We're starting to chase down one of the yellow Cadillacs in front. This is most likely for position now. These guys have probably all taken their pit stops. So if we can't, we'll see if we can't get that gap to 6th closed and put the pressure on them. Force another mistake. Fairly clean race for us so far. No major issues, getting forced off track just a little bit, going 3 wide into the straight right up here earlier in the race. Was battling pretty hard for 6th place, was right on their tail for a long time. They're very similarly paced. It is not that Cadillac there. Number 17 that is behind us is one that's been behind us most of the race. Let's get around this LMP2 in the main straight. GT3 car coming up ahead. You can see the yellow Cadillac in front of us much more clearly now. GT3 car shouldn't slow us down too much here or anything. When we get our lights flashing, get on by as soon as we can. Currently in 7th, looking to chase down 6th. I think the gap is coming down. Not sure what it is currently. We're going to be looking for that soon. Alright, it looks like we might be looking at about a 3-second gap. It's a lot to make up in a little over 10 minutes. But any slight mistake on that part could give us that opportunity. We'll be looking for that. Hopefully we don't make any mistakes. We put the pressure on them and get another position before the end of this race. You can see 3 Cadillacs in front of us. Looks like they might all be yellow Cadillacs. we've been surrounded by most of the race. It is one of the default paint schemes. I think it is the default. Looks like the gap may be coming down a bit now. GT3 cars just ahead. The gap has come down quite a bit now. These could be back markers though. We'll have to check to see if we can't see what place they're in. I'm looking for 6th. Is the blue car in 5th? We get by this GT3 car. Within a second now of the 2 cars ahead of us. Not sure if any of them are for position yet. I don't think the blue car is, but I think the yellow one is. A little bit of defense. We have a run on them. We are going to take this position. I'm not sure if that is for our position. Locking it up a little bit, hitting the curb hard. No, those are back markers. We're trying to get by. Yellow Cadillac lost control going by. And into the chicane and getting on the gravel too much. He was 12th. The blue car's in 10th. We're in 7th, looking to catch 6th. So we've lapped those cars now. Or they haven't pitted, which I don't think they can do that. We're over 52 minutes in the race. That would be a pretty extreme fuel saving strategy, I'd say. They were trying to block us pretty hard though for back markers. Somewhat unusual. But yeah, we were lapping them. That wasn't for position at all. Just some aggressive blocking. I'm gonna catch a GT3 car and then have some clear air for a little bit. I'm betting this yellow Cadillac that's in front of us is for position. That would be 6th place ahead of us. Dealing with that traffic might have put us back a little bit and increase that gap to the car in front now. We do still see them on screen, so any sort of mistake they make could still put us in opportunity, and a good opportunity to take 6th. Cars in front of them may need to make a big mistake for us to catch and pass them, though. We don't get to see them on our screen yet. It would be nice to see a 5th, 6th battle not too far ahead. Maybe it'd give us that opportunity to start to close the gap. Let's see 5th place ahead, 6th place ahead now. We're currently in 7th, looking at a GT3 car coming out of the pits. Those are rather late. I don't think those cars behind are for position. somebody else did start to catch because of the slowdown. Just a few minutes remain in the race. Currently in 7th. Just looking to keep it clean for these last couple of minutes. Finish strong. I think maybe with a better pit strategy we could have been fighting for 6th or 5th a bit harder. Putting more pressure on them. We're just looking to keep everything nice and clean now. We're going to fall in behind these Corvettes. Looking like a team or something here. Maybe they're just battling. That was an LMP2 car just turning into Parabolica that we saw, so more traffic to pass still. Just a few minutes remain in the race. Little flash of the yellow Cadillac in front of us. You can see one of them behind, trying hard. Maybe that is 8th back then. They've got okay pace. It'll be hard to catch and pass before the end though. Just a few minutes to remaining. Almost feel like we were wanting to settle down and just take it easy for the last couple of laps, but we are going to be pressured for this position if we can't pressure the car in front, it looks like. See a lot of the marbles building up on track after nearly an hour. Probably making offline racing a little more risky. Some of these cars' tires are starting to degrade as well. A little over a second gap to the car behind. Does look like that might be 8th place. Trying to take a little bit of a dive in turn 1 possibly just to close the gap that little bit. Still looks like we've kept that gap. Probably 1 to 2 more laps to go overall. We're going to catch and run into this traffic soon. Hopefully we can get a decent exit out of this corner without losing too much speed with the GT3 car just ahead. We don't want them to close that gap that easily on us. It's possible the traffic is going to slow them down here. Well, I didn't think we'd be fighting to keep our position, but hoping to catch and pass for another. Catching a lot more LMP2 traffic now. We're starting to line up. Car behind is losing time to us due to this traffic. We got around decently through those S's. We're going to have to watch out for this LMP2 battle ahead. They're going side by side. It looks like he's driving defensively. Maybe just getting out of the way. Maybe he stays in the way of the yellow Cadillac. That didn't really affect them much. We still have over a second gap to the car behind. We are like an hour in now. I don't think we have much more to go. This could be the last lap here. Currently in 7th, looking to get through the traffic. The LMP2 cars are going to slow down the Cadillac behind. I don't think we have much of a worry for them. A couple more LMP2s in front. Gap is widening to that yellow Cadillac behind now. Looks like they made a really good push. He pushed their tires pretty hard. We can see the yellow Cadillac in front a few seconds there. And so that number 8 LMP2 behind had a possible issue. Well, I think this is the race. Not seeing any flags waved yet, though. Maybe we're going one more here. See the yellow Cadillac behind getting held up by some LMP2 cars. We should catch and pass one soon here. We're going to get held up a little bit out of that chicane. I think this is the final lap here. We are in 7th place. Catching LMP2 cars. Looks like we got a little bit squirrely. Gonna have an okay exit onto this main straight. Trying to let them know we're here, we need to get by. Gonna have to defend a little bit. Maybe? No? LMP2 is gonna slow down the yellow Cadillac behind quite a bit. They're not gonna get a great exit there. We should be plenty ahead of them here. I believe this is gonna be the checkered flag. We should be done right up here. Oh yeah, there it is. Across the line, 7th place. Alright, well we started this race with a 12:05. We're gonna gain 39 points, taking us to a 12:44. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.